Hi, my name is Courtney and I'm the creator of the Positive Karma Show. And I wanted to talk about why I created the show in the first place and why I feel it's so important. So I was inspired by a Japanese TV show which is called, I believe the official name is Kawaii International. And it's a show in which these three women spend an hour focusing on a topic that has to do with fashion, specifically fashion in Japanese society. And what I loved about the show was it was so positive. It was kind of like the crazier the fashion is, the more it was celebrated. And I just love the approach. I love the positivity of it. I feel like in our society, when we talk about women's fashion, it tends to be in such a negative light, or it's like you are only allowed to wear certain things that have to be in style or you're going to be made fun of. And there's so many TV shows like that, like Fashion Police and all these sort of makeover shows where it's either just like making fun of women or tearing down women who are powerful through tearing down what they're wearing, or it's like a woman might have a unique style and then it's a makeover show where then they make her look like everyone else. And I just really would like to see women be able to not only have their own unique style, but to be able to celebrate it and to be something really positive. And I think we've gone to the point where women not only feel, don't even have enough confidence to maybe go out and express their unique style, but they don't even feel it's safe because they might be bullied, they might be made fun of, they might be kicked out of school, which is something we're going to talk about in a little bit. And I think that when we degrade a woman's clothes, it really just is another way to degrade her sexuality, her body. It really just opens that door like, okay, well, if we can talk about how she's wearing a really ugly red sweater, then we can also talk about how her body doesn't look good in that really ugly red sweater, and how she kind of looks like a slut in that really ugly red sweater. And it just, it spirals really quickly into slut shaming and rape culture and all of this stuff. And I think it's, fashion is a form of art, and I think that we should be able to feel empowered by it and should be able to be celebrated for what we choose to wear. So I wanted to end the show by doing a fashion show of clothes that have been banned from high school. So girls have been kicked out of their school or almost suspended, or actually suspended or kicked out of dances for wearing clothes that have been deemed inappropriate. And I wanted to share my own story. So when I was in high school, I was almost suspended for wearing something that was deemed inappropriate. It was the first day of senior year, and I decided to wear the senior girls shirt that I purchased through the school. And at that time, when I was a senior in high school, American Pie was really popular, so the reference MILFs was kind of everywhere, and the girls in our class who designed the shirt decided to do a take on that. So as you can see, I'm wearing the shirt because now they can't ban me from it. As you can see on the back, it says Future MILFs of America, and in parentheses it says Most Intelligent Leading Females. So they were doing a take on MILFs, and I thought it was hilarious. And the school went ahead, they approved the shirts, they sold the shirts, a lot of girls bought the shirts, and at some point after doing all this, they realized what it meant. Someone, I guess a parent, complained. So we were I had heard rumors we weren't allowed to wear the shirt on the first day or we'd be arrested, But I didn't really think they were serious because, they had sold us the shirt. So I, along with my friend, we went ahead, we wore the shirts. We were both honor roll students. I was in pretty much only AP classes at that point. I was, I had a lot going on for me. I'd never been in trouble, and I really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. And within about 10 minutes of being at school, the male, I believe he's a vice principal, he pulled us into his office, he sat us down. I was threatened right away with suspension. I believe they might have even used the word expelled. I was basically told that I needed to change right away, or something needed to happen, or I was going to be suspended on my first day of senior year. And keep in mind, once again, like, I was such a model student. I really didn't think I didn't think this would happen to me. It was really embarrassing and humiliating. It was also really scary because I was like, what are they going to do to me? You know, it's just a t-shirt that they sold to me, keep in mind. And it's amazing the administration never once took responsibility for the fact that they chose to print these shirts and to sell them to us. Instead, it was just, they just blamed the students and got us in trouble. So, so what ended up happening is, after sitting there for a long time, and they kept, he kept saying like, oh, do you have like a tank top to change into? Which I want to show you something. So they would have been, this shirt is actually pretty conservative. The shirt they sold us, it's like a black t-shirt. It's actually very conservative. They would have been more okay with me wearing something like this for the day than wearing this, which I think is interesting, because in high school I definitely wore a lot of like club type clothes, and I saw other girls get in trouble for violating the dress code, but I never got in trouble. So this was probably the most conservative thing I wore the whole time I was in high school, and yet this is the thing that I almost got suspended over. Once again, it's something they sold to me. So the compromise was that we had to turn our shirts inside out and wear it like that for the whole day, which was really embarrassing. But by that point, everybody knew like what had happened, and so people just knew I was wearing the band shirt. But it was like, my first day of senior year, and I'm wearing this shirt inside out. And the good news is I kept the shirt, and they can't stop me from wearing it now, so I can wear it every day. What are they gonna do? Fashion police gonna come to my house? So I wanted to end this episode by doing a band fashion show where I show you a lot of the clothes and the clothing styles that have gotten teenage girls in a lot of trouble. What you're going to see is most of them are pretty conservative clothes, and the clothes I have are not the same exact outfits, but they are the same styles. So the ones that might have gotten them in trouble were a little bit different color, maybe different fabric. The cut might have been a little bit different, but they're pretty much the same style. So let's get started. And let's start this fashion show with our first controversial item, which is none other than yoga pants. This has gotten girls sent home or suspended or sent to the principal's office. And let's keep this fashion show going with our next controversial item. Leggings. Yes, leggings are being banned all over this country. Apparently, there's no way any guy could focus on school or his studies if they see someone like me rocking my rainbow zebra print leggings. Jean shorts were definitely controversial when I was in school, and it seems that they've still made the list of banned clothing items. Well, they need to be at least fingertip length or longer, and as you can see, my shorts here would definitely not have made the cut. A similar outfit to the one I'm wearing here resulted in a girl being sent home from school for violating the dress code. In my case, I'm wearing a nightshirt because that was the closest clothing item I had to what she was wearing, and I'm wearing black leggings just like she had. Apparently, this outfit is just so scandalous. Maxi dresses are definitely one of my favorite clothing items because they're beautiful, feminine, and they always make you feel good. However, they got a girl in big trouble after her school said that her maxi dress was too controversial because it showed off her shoulders and her back. Hers was very similar to this dress, except hers was a halter style maxi. It seems that sundresses are causing quite the controversy. I read one story in which a girl was told that she would not be allowed to be president of her National Honor Society because she wore a sundress while she was giving her speech, and apparently that violated some sort of dress code. I also read stories of girls being almost suspended for wearing dresses very similar to these ones, and also being kicked out of school dances for dresses similar to these. And when I came across this last story, I honestly thought it was brought to us courtesy of The Onion. It turns out it wasn't. It actually involves a 5-year-old girl who was in kindergarten, and she got in trouble for wearing a dress really similar to this one, except hers was rainbow striped, and apparently it violated the dress code and got her into trouble. And like I said, she's 5 years old.